I have to do stuff. I don't want to do stuff. I want to stare at my screen. I want to stare at my screen and have the car do all the work. You know, like this, people are getting like this, forward head posture, rounded shoulders in front of these screens. What was the first car that you drove with a stick shift? What did you learn to drive stick on? It's always cool when a woman can drive a stick. It is a fantastic stress reliever. I mean, there's nothing like going out for a Sunday morning drive. You should be able to drive stick. If you can drive stick, it means you are a superior human being. I don't know about you guys, but back when I got my license many, many years ago, the first thing that I wanted to be able to do was to learn how to drive stick shift. And here I am riding the clutch. Unfortunately, nobody in the family had a stick shift at the time, so I begged a buddy of mine whose mother had a Honda Accord with a stick shift. It was a 92 Accord, and I learned how to drive stick shift on that car. Great car to learn stick on. What was the first car that you drove with a stick shift? What did you learn to drive stick on? Comment below. Are any of you Gen Z guys driving stick? Comment below, let me know what you're driving. Or do you want to learn how to drive stick? I mean, you should. Modern cars have you doing less and less. We're in an era with the electric cars, with the single pedal driving. The car is driving itself. And what fun is that? There is no fun in having a car drive itself. There's no cool factor in having a car drive itself. But look at movies. Look at how they're always driving classic cars with manual transmissions, or sports cars with manual transmissions, right? The hero's always driving stick. They're not going to be not self-driving in a battery sled. It makes you a better driver. You always know how fast you're going. You don't need the speedometer. It forces you to pay attention. I have to pay attention more. There's more going on. I'm doing stuff with both arms and legs. And it takes practice. It makes every car a little different, even cars of the same make and model. Every car will be a little different. And it's not something that you can pick up your first time. It takes practice. It keeps you engaged. I know people say, well, I don't want to commute in a stick, and I get that. But as someone who did commute for many years with a stick shift, it made my underpowered Honda Civic at the time more fun to drive. And I was able to use the torque. And we got some fun turns here. It'll make a slow car fun. Now, the modern automatics like the PDK transmissions and the Porsche, I guess isn't too much. It's been around for a while now. Those are great. Those are amazing. And for high horsepower cars, the modern automatics are fantastic. I'm not saying all automatics are bad, but the performance gap widens with the manual transmissions and the automatics the older you go. With the older cars, the automatics are worse and worse with regards to performance. So by getting the manual, you're going to get a lot more out of the car. And it's a lot more fun. Manual transmission cars are much less likely to be stolen because the thieves can't drive stick shift. It is a fantastic stress reliever. I mean, there's nothing like going out for a Sunday morning drive, hitting some back roads and banging through the gears, rev matching. It is a lot of fun. And it's something that will challenge you every time you get in your car. It's something that makes the driving experience engaging. I don't want it to be easy. I don't want to feel like I'm playing a video game. I want to be in control. I don't have to be the fastest. It has the cool factor. Like it or not, say what you want, but it is cool to be able to drive a stick shift. And it's only getting cooler. It's gonna make you a better all-around driver. I can appreciate tech in new 911s or new Ferraris where it's enhancing the driving experience? Absolutely. But I don't want fake exhaust noises. I don't want a computer doing all of the work for me. I like the idea of a computer saving me at the limit. I like the idea of a really good traction control system saving me in a bad situation. I think that is good. Driving a clutch forces you to pay attention. You've got to always pay attention to what's going on. Am I on a hill? What are the road conditions? And the more aware you are, the better driver you're going to be. What am I missing here? What do you guys like about driving a stick shift? Again, I know most of you are going to say, well, I don't want to sit in traffic. The clutch is a pain in the ass. But I beg to differ. I had a 70-mile commute, 140 miles round trip, and I drove a stick shift, and it kept me awake, it kept me alert. Even when there was bad traffic, yeah, it could be a pain sometimes, but I never thought I wished that car was an automatic. Again, it was an underpowered Honda Civic from the 90s, and I wouldn't have been able to control the torque. I wouldn't have had as much power if it was an automatic, especially in those older automatics. My 04 Accord is an automatic. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's better than a CVT, but I wish it was a stick. It would be much more fun if it was a stick shift. I don't have to have the fastest car, but I like the idea of having the most engaging car. I think having an engaging car trumps having a fast car. If you can drive a stick shift, you can drive everything, all the classics, man. I mean, how cool is that? I can't imagine not being able to drive a stick. What are the cons of driving a stick? Oh, you have to do more work. Oh, you have to hit the clutch. You have to push the clutch in. Human beings have gotten so lazy and sedentary. I can't even push in a clutch. I have to do stuff. I don't want to do stuff. I want to stare at my screen. I want to stare at my screen and have the car do all the work. You know, like this. People are getting like this and forward head posture, rounded shoulders in front of these screens. It's ridiculous. People are getting lazier and lazier. So to recap, it puts you in the 1% of drivers. It makes you a better driver. It makes you more aware. It gives you the ability to drive all cars, all classic cars. It's cooler, it's more fun, it's more engaging. You know what's going on, you know how fast you're going. What am I missing here, guys? Comment below. Just imagine there was never ever a manual transmission. They were all automatic from the get-go. How boring that would be. I mean, imagine a world with no manual transmissions at all. I don't want to live in that world. Oh, dead animal here. We got to go around that. You know, I've never actually driven an automatic Z. Does anybody have an automatic Z? Comment below. How does it drive? I do hear that it's a reliable transmission. I guess it's a 5-speed auto, so at least that's good. Still better than a CVT transmission, that's for sure. That is the worst. The CVT, well, electric stuff is the worst. I despise the idea of single pedal driving. I cannot say that enough. I want to know what's going on. I want to have control. I want to have fun. I want to do less. I want to do more. As you get older, you want to do more. You want to get active. Be active. You don't want to do less. Being less kills you. You'll slowly die in a chair. Is there anybody out there that learned to drive on a stick, that despised it, that could not wait to get an automatic? Comment below. I'm sure some of you are out there. It's always cool when a woman can drive a stick too. I can't forget the ladies here. I mean, that is just cool when a girl can drive a stick, in my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.